If you clicked on this video and didn't read the title, sorry, I'm talking about like episode breakdowns and original plans, not the actual in-universe mysteries. But this will still be interesting, so unless you haven't watched the show, don't go ahead and don't click off yet. But if you haven't watched the show, I'm really confused at why you clicked on this video at all, because it says So if you don't know, the third season of The Owl House was condensed into 3 44-minute specials, the first of which aired on October 15th, 2022. But I'm really curious as what the show could have looked like if this wasn't the case. I'm not here to talk about, what's going on in the boiling aisles while this special is happening. I'm here to take this stock photo of a knife and divide this 44-minute special into tiny pieces that might resemble the original 8 episodes of Season 3. Now, I'm assuming 8 episodes because I'm assuming a 24-episode season because it's an easy number to divide by 3 and I grew up on the Clone Wars. But in reality, I just picked a number between 20 and 25. Maybe 21 was a safer bet. I'll go over what to change in this pitch if it is a 21-episode season, but I digress. So we have 8 episodes to go over today. I'll be taking a look at the plots and what might have happened based solely on the first special that's released so far. And, as always, these are just my theories and are probably wrong. Season 3, Episode 1, The Human Realm. In this episode, we could get a similar cold open to the one that we got in the actual special, but it would cut a little bit earlier, like right after Camilla and Luce's embrace, we'd get the title card. The rest of this episode would consist of an A-plot of Luce keeping Hunter's Grimwalker secret and her secret about Philip and the Collector, all while the rest of the gang tries to adjust to living in the human realm. Also, Luce would realize that her glyphs don't work somewhere in this episode. Season 3, Episode 2, The Door. This episode would follow the gang trying to build a new portal out of the door. We would expand on this shot of Gus because I need to know where this idea came from, but then Luce would feel down on herself but manage to hide it from the rest of the gang, which would quickly become a theme for this part of the season, or arc, if you will, which I will. In a more lighthearted subplot, Camilla would try to make food for the gang, with no knowledge of what food people from the demon realm would want to eat. Season 3, Episode 3, Today's Truth. I'm proud of this title. This episode would have covered the gang fixing up the house while Flapjack is picking around the floor and searching for something. Here we can get some of Gus's fascination with the human realm, and in a subplot, we can also see Hunter and V reimagining their appearances, all while the main subplot is about Luce trying to figure out how to come out to her mom, and Amity wanting to impress Camilla. Season 3, Episode 4, The Dead Rebus Society. In the cold open, the gang finds the Rebus, and then they spend the rest of the episode going to different places around town to try and solve it. Think the montage from the special, but more fleshed out, and with the same giraffe joke. In the subplot, meanwhile, we'd see Luce struggling with school, and we get what I'm calling, having not seen the actual movie, the Dead Poet scene. This is also the episode where we get the Camilla flashbacks to when Luce was younger, and she and Luce have their talk about running away and the guilt that Luce feels. This is also the episode where they decide not to tell Luce about the Rebus yet, feeding into the overall arc where people are keeping secrets from each other. Season 3, Episode 5, Together. In this episode, we'd get an extended version of the Luce Hunter plot, where they try and hunt down Bellos all over town, which ends in the same scene that has Hunter breaking down and finally accepting that he's become a part of this family. They don't tell anyone else what they're doing, which feeds into the theme, but I don't really know what subplot could go here. There's not really one from the special that fits in. But a cool parallel could be Willow and Amity working through their past trauma together, and interlacing that with Hunter and Luce's bonding moments could be a neat parallel. I said parallel twice. And it would also give us some interesting interactions between two characters who have a much bigger history than we've seen in the show so far. And if you want a subplot that's much more lighthearted instead, you could always have Camilla and V teach Gus about human realm stuff, and he goes overboard on a shopping website or something, but that might be too tonally different from the rest of the episode. And that's also a really cliche sitcom plot. Season 3, Episode 6, Costuming. This could be a fun, mostly lighthearted episode about the gang trying to find their costumes, which would be a very good contrast to the next 2 episodes. We could get some plot about Camilla keeping a secret about Cosmic Frontier, all while the gang try to find their costumes for the haunted hayride. At the end of the episode, we would get the scene where Amity asks about her and Luce's costumes, and after hearing the movie, Luce records a video that we see her record in the special. Also, there's a Hollow Knight reference in the special, which I just realized while researching for this video. Season 3, Episode 7, The Haunted Hayride, and Season 3, Episode 8, The Haunted Hayride Part 2. Alternatively, you could call these The Haunted Hayride and The Haunt of the Hayride, which I think would be cool, because The Haunted Hayride would be in Part 1. Anyway, this covers everything I haven't mentioned yet. Part 1 covers everything before the Hunter Bellos reveal, in this exact scene.
I saw you. Glyphs do work here.
You survived.
I did. Thanks again for all the help, Luce. But I don't need you anymore.
And then Part 2 is an extended version of the rest of the special, the fight scene, etc. There's not a lot for me to cover here, as you just take what's written, split it up into 2 parts, and then add some more dialogue and fight choreography, and it's golden for a 2-part special. Alternatively, where you don't have 8 episodes here and just have 7, you don't make a 2-part special, you just put it all into 1 episode. You could even make it into 1 episode and throw a pure filler, no plot episode somewhere, but personally, I think that a 2-part is the way to go with this. So there it is, my pitch for the extended edition of the Owl House Season 3. It's not perfect, and there are definitely opportunities to improve what I have here, but I really like this 8-episode pitch. I also just loved the special and can't wait for the last 2 to come out. If you have your own 8-episode pitch, let me know somewhere. You can follow me on Twitter at TotallyJackEarl, where I'm also going to apologize to Maurice for delaying a Daredevil video for this one instead. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.